Hello everyone, welcome back to the table and welcome back to Skyrim, Gate to Sovngarde edition. Now last time, a few interesting things happened. The first one being that as we were leaving Anji's camp, actually there's no other way to say it, we ran away from some bandits in a very survivalist, self-preservation way. There was nothing honorable or brave about it. And we made a quick pit stop, if you want to call it that, to Falkreath. To do some trading and to kind of get a feel for the place. Not that there was anything different than what Uthastyr would have been familiar with. And after our very quick stop at Falkreath, we made our way to Helgen. The reason we chose Helgen as the final destination was just because Anji, being from there, even though her family unfortunately isn't there anymore, he wanted to revisit the people, and he, through Anji's little sprinkle of experience living there, he wanted to take in the sights again and basically see what if her perspective of the place might have changed his. He spent the night there and was woken up kind of early in the morning to a little bit of common folk ravelry. I don't think that's the right term, really. Common folk rumors rumbling around in the inn that there were prisoner guards being brought to Helgen, and that definitely piqued his interest. So along with the other common patrons of the inn, he went out and sat on the sidelines of the whole thing, on the porch of the inn. And it turned out that it was a bunch of supposedly traitors called Stormcloaks were led to this courtyard and were being lined up for execution. And in that, there was a huge mess done by a black dragon that had all of a sudden appeared. And in that exchange, he was pulled into the main escape, probably the safest escape from the place, with the help of his friend down there, Advar. Sorry. It's getting his name mixed up with Alvor. And we bought these Stormcloaks. Sorry, I'm gonna eat some food. We fought some of these Stormcloaks. We got different gear to help us out a little bit more. And we used the tunnels underneath Helgen to escape while the dragon was destroying everything above. And that is where we are left here. Now, to be fair, half of that description you actually didn't see, because let's be fair, I would argue 97, 98% of people have either played or watched that part of the opening so many times that I decided to, I recorded it, but I decided to not put it into a video because, yeah, there was really nothing out of the ordinary in that opening to really bother putting into a video. Anyway, without further ado, I believe we are making our way to Riverwood. He did decide to actually arm himself with a sword, mainly due to its attack speed and also its reach. Both are higher than an axe. The only thing that the only thing you have less with a sword is the damage output, but that makes up for it in the attack speed. Anyway, let's get to Riverwood. That's where we're off to, right, Halfar? Hadfar. I'm having such a hard time with this. Also pick up a few flowers on the way. That we can bother with anyway.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the
really?
rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Okay. If you think so.
See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow.
Oh yeah.
When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
Now I've got to admit that I have actually recorded this session. This will be the third attempt, because I've had some technical issues.
3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself.
Okay. For the Warrior Stone, would give us more health and be more efficient at blocking. We're not a blocker, so that won't be much use to us. The Mage. Those under the sign of the Mage have more magicka and spend less magicka when casting spells. That could work. The only problem is that we're not just a mage. Those under the sign of the Thief have more stamina, move faster, and take less damage from falling. I think this one will appeal. Of course it appears, it's right in front of us. This one will appeal to Uthastyr more because of the fact that he likes the concept of having more stamina to do more things in combat and to run away more, move faster for when he is running away, and taking less damage from falling. You never know if you're going to slip and fall, so that's always good to have that cushion. I think he'll go with the Thief.
Thief, eh? It's never too late to take charge of your own fate, you know?
Oh, that's a cool animation. That's really cool. Basically, I've had to re-record because I didn't realize this until some time ago. But I was having my encoding preset up too fast. So it was making my recordings not perform the best.
What was that?
Cool.
Now you're mine.
I don't know. Oh, they're starting down there this time. That's nice. Wow, Alvor's kicking ass.
Take your best shot. Come on.
I want to get rid of the guy with the greatsword. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I guess the trick is to get them far enough away that they use their bows instead of melee. Oh, what the fuck? Where are you? I think I see you. Oh. Ah, shit. I'm probably gonna die. What I need to do is get on the high ground. There's a popular meme that's taught me that. Let's heal. I can't use potions with a bow? That was weird. Well, they're still down there. Can I get a cheeky shot off? They're far enough away I can't actually see them. Oh. Maybe Hadvar got up and finished them. Yeah, looks like it. Very nice. That might actually be them. Down there. Anyway, let's start up here. It's definitely looting time. I didn't exactly want to grab that bow. That was by accident. Oh, I have the carry space. I might as well hold on to it. Can I break down in this mod pack? It'd be nice to get some of these basic components out. Oh. I guess that was Hadvar. Because I think NPCs have an auto-looting thing, if you're not too careful. Oh, he even took out these wolves? Wow, okay. So as far as my current quality settings, graphic settings, I'm trying my best to set a good balance between performance of the game and quality. Sorry, I had to step away for a moment. Yeah, so I'm trying to find the balance between performance and quality. Hi, guys. I'm sorry I was running off like a pansy.
Sigrid, we have company.
I think she saw that.
Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then, boy, what's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Okay, sir. If you don't mind, I'll take this food. I'll take a healing potion. I think we'll keep everything else, including this very nice looking amulet. You deal 10% extra damage with ranged weapons. Ooh. It's almost like the game was smart enough to know what my playstyle is. But no, we're gonna leave it. I know you gamey people are screaming at me, but no, we're keeping it in his inventory. It's clearly his. So yes, I'm leaving the menu.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
How do I get to Whiterun from here? Like, I'm more familiar with Falkreath and the southern portion of Whiterun Hold, but I don't know where actual Whiterun City is.
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun, just keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's Palace.
Okay, that's simple enough. Can I use your forge?
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill.
I hope so.
The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
Okay. What sort of things do you make?
Whatever you need. Buy Ysmir if it's simple and strong. I can forge it. I could forge you a warhammer that would crush a giant's head like a walnut. Whether it's armor you need or a new blade, come see me.
That sounded like quite the sales pitch. Yeah, I will. I think that will do it for now. Yeah, well, I'll continue gathering supplies. I have stuff to sell.
Did you really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'd better get back to work. You two make yourselves at home.
Actually, let's speak with Hadvar real quick.
It's nice to be back in a friendly spot, huh? Listen, damn Stormcloak rebels.
We survived a dragon attack, dude.
I still almost can't believe it. A real live dragon. Are your ears still ringing? I hope that goes away. Be careful on the way to Solitude. Damn Stormcloaks could be anywhere.
All right. Well, I guess it's definitely not on his agenda to go out warring and everything, but he just might join the Legion. We'll see. There's this dragon business, and that's kind of what intrigues him the most at this point. Okay. We've got stuff to sell. Let's see if we can break some things down that we have. We've got a lot to actually work on. However, I think I'd much rather have the gold for the items than breaking down raw materials. And before we do that, we're actually going to take a quick dip into the river because one thing I noticed, I am bloody. Like, bad. So it's affecting my speech pretty hard. Which will then affect prices. Oh, fishing. You know what? I think he will take the fishing rod. Wait, do we already have one? Because I know there was one in the opening scene. No we don't. I'll take that. I don't want to start that tutorial necessarily. Yeah, let's harvest the salmon. So to give you an idea of what my settings are right now, I'm technically running the game on medium settings. One thing that does get shifted and changed whenever you run Gate to Sovngarde, or GTS, is that your display settings will drop to their defaults for the mod pack. So the actor, item, and object fades will be all the way to the left, and grass fade will be kind of 75% up this way. I would run that way, but the problem is that with grass fade being as high as it potentially could be, actually, let's have it up where it's meant to be. The only thing is that with the actor, item, and object fade being all the way down to the left, things pop up at you really close. And I'm not a fan of that. So I do have them up a bit to help compensate the fact that on medium quality, stuff does spawn in, or certain things do spawn in pretty close. So I'm just drawing that out a bit. And the game is running actually quite well on medium. I'm a little tempted to see what it's like at high. I do have a feeling, though, that part of what was making the game itself super laggy was the fact that my encoding for recording was a bit high on the preset. It was like at medium. So the game, from a recording perspective, was trying to encode really fast, or like medium grade. So it was actually, the game was trying to catch up too much with what the, with what the program wanted to actually run with. I can one-shot wolves now. That's nice. Embry, there's no way you're so drunk that you just walk into a wolf. Okay. First of all, I'm going to harvest you as quickly as I can. And I'm going to disable you. Oh, I guess you can't. Interesting. Can I disable? I guess there are some things in this, in GTS, that you can't undo. Okay. Embry's just going to keep walking into you. And I'm sorry, this wolf is actually, like, I was not expecting... Ugh. That's disgusting. We'll have the river take you. Ugh. So yeah, I might try higher quality settings for the game and see if the fact that it's encoding, because I know recording does affect the game you're playing to a degree. Anyway, enough technical babble. Let us sell stuff. Wait, are we? Yeah, we're back to normal. We're not perfectly clean. I think we're actually slightly dirty, according to the game. Yep, mechanically.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
What do you have for sale?
Take a look.
Oh, interesting. Let us get rid of the hunting bow, iron sword, war axe, longbow, iron greatsword, the 3 steel arrows. We're definitely gonna... Okay, we're gonna get rid of those. And the fur shoes. The imperial armor. Something that occurred to me. I could have kept the greatsword. But I'm going to keep the shield because I think at a smelter we might be able to break those down into iron ingots.
Until next time.
Let me take care of that. Now random bits and bobs.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
Peak sibling bickering right there. What happened?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
I saw a dragon, I'll have you know.
You expect me to believe that?
I guess not. What happened here?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, that was an unpleasant bit of business.
What do you have for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Let's get rid of the clothes. And novice robes, because they don't actually do anything. I think I'll sell this. Yeah. If he's going to increase his magicka, it's going to be done naturally. It'll take longer that way, but I'd much rather have armor. Okay. Well, you've had your place completely turned over during this thief incident. I can help you clean up your shops, though.
We could always use help.
Yeah.
Of course.
After 6 hours of helping Lucan, you managed to clean up the store with him. Yay. There's everything cleaned up.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Wow, 100 gold? Nice. Oh, and an iron mace. Oh. Do you sell spells by any chance?
I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold.
Wherever that is. Oh. We have 1,200 gold. And we combine it with a divine amulet at a tanning rack. Reduces your stamina and magicka by 15 points. I actually don't know how I feel about that, because I'd much rather have something like this, where the carry weight is increased by 75, stamina is increased by 20. That has to be another mod in play, because Frostfall used to just be carry weight and then you can combine a divine amulet with it. I'll go with the Adventurer's Backpack, and I'll buy this leather tent. Do you by any chance have... You do have soap. I will hold on to that. Medicinal alcohol can be used to disinfect wounds via the treat wounds ability. Sure. Cooking pot. Yeah, I have a feeling that Uthastyr is going to be a bit more outdoorsy from now on.
Damn thieves. As if things weren't bad enough.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, the store's cleaned up. We got 100 gold out of it. We have a couple things to... let's do that. I don't exactly want the torch anymore. Wait, will you buy the torch?
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
If you say so.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
You won't buy torches. Okay, that's interesting.
It was a pleasure.
Mm-hmm. I'll just dump it in a barrel somewhere. Because I've technically got the belt lantern that I don't think will actually run out. Search barrel. Yeah, for all this rotten stuff. Okay, we're going to head to the Sleeping Giant Inn. Get some rest. I'm actually going to see if there's a possible bathing area, because I know there are some inns do have a bath, like in basement sections. Doesn't look like it.
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch.
Let's do some alchemy real quick.
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you
Health
have to take-
potions.
Here's after all. Let's make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Magicka. And I think that's it for now. Where was that lady? hello. Oh, you're a Breton.
You're that visitor been poking around.
I mean, I come here from time to time. You have a problem with outsiders?
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers. We don't get a lot of travelers here in Riverwood. Most of my customers are locals, come here to relax after a hard day's toil.
Do you get many suspicious travelers?
The war keeps most folks away these days.
That's good.
So what's your
Well,
story?
not good.
Just here
Never
to
mind.
relax?
I'm an adventurer. Trouble seems to follow me.
Well, there's something to be said for honesty, I suppose. If you're staying the night, I've got a free room.
Sure. I'll get one.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Heard any rumors lately?
They say a dragon attacked Helgen. Sounds like hogwash to me.
Well, I assure you, ma'am, it is not. Okay.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red.
Oh no.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
Well, let's sleep. Let's go for 8 hours.
When he met the shield maiden Matilda who said,
And level up. Let's do Magicka. And I suppose health. I like to go with smithing and one-handed. Now, I know it's not the most efficient way to use your perks, but when I have like a character concept in mind, with basically all of the skills I will potentially be using the whole playthrough, I like to get the first perk in all of them, and then from there I'm a bit more selective and picky about what I branch off into. So it looks like the first perks, alchemy, illusion, restoration, and alteration left. So it's 4 more levels of base perks. But then from there, I have a feeling though that archery will take the least amount of time to level because it's already at 36. I think we can actually get as far as, oh, not quite to these perks, but we can obviously get those two. Those have a 10% chance of dealing critical damage. So you don't zoom in anymore with Eagle Eye? That'd be interesting. Quick draw would actually be very useful. Anyway. We are peckish.
"Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed."
It's nice that you paused for me to wake up to continue this most annoying song. Let us have bread and cheese. And jug of milk, why not? Honestly, this song is a tad bit more, obviously, jovial.
You're that visitor been poking around.
Are you gonna say that every time you see me? I mean, I did like it more than Ragnar, though.
Anything you need?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Well, I want to actually see and check real quick what I can actually do with this soap. And I think how you do it is, what it means by activate is that you stand somewhere and then maybe... There we go. Oh. So I like that it has animations. And I like that it takes time. That's actually a neat touch. I guess he's finishing putting like his shoes on and stuff. So what does the bonus say now? Clean, recently washed. You take your appearance seriously and those around you take notice. You're more likely to get a good price at shops, less likely to catch disease, and more likely to succeed when using your persuasion skills. Oh. That's actually very useful. Let's catch some of these bees. Because bees, along with the purple mountain flowers, will restore stamina. Got you. Oop. I guess we'll mix those potions up real quick. Like, one thing I don't like about medium quality is how much, like, you have to be really close for shadows to do their, not animation, but their, drawing distance. But anyway. Like I said, I'll be doing some tweaking still, even 3 sessions in.
You're that visitor been poking around.
I guess I am. Okay, bee and purple. And I know beehive husk and garlic is resist poison. Is honeycomb stamina? Yes. And that's all for now. And actually I'm going to snack on the other ingredients that I don't know. Wait, what's resist damage or reflect? Salt pile. Okay. Interesting. Oh wow. Sure. Whenever you can, it is best to do a 3-ingredient potion.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
This whole Imperial Stormcloak conflict is actually quite prominent now. A little surprised. All of this time has gone by without any notice, but then all of a sudden it's popping up all over the place. Thanks, Uthastyr. Okay. Let us make our way to Whiterun, I think. Now, Uthastyr is not by any means brave, as we've kind of established. So he's not thinking about going out and immediately taking on a whole group of bandits for the sake of a golden claw. His self-preservation is a bit too much. Oh, shit. Here we go. Any others? Now, I know it's not very efficient to use your bow in combat. But keep in mind, Uthastyr is most proficient at the bow. Oh. Guess it is time to go melee. Also, let's do this real quick. Oh, no. He's going to heal as much as he can. We're going to auto-save. F5 is your friend in this game. Hello? Hi. Well, I guess if you insist. We heard a bunch of wolves, but they're not actually all coming down. That's interesting. Raw rabbit leg. Oh, that is so clever. Basically, that wolf had eaten a rabbit. And you have collected the rabbit leg. Interesting. Oh. You look like a fellow hunter. I'm familiar. I would say Uthastyr is slightly familiar with orc strongholds. Being from the Reach. Well, you're definitely an orc hunter. Much respect for you.
Black. He wants to be a leader, but spends too much time moping over women. Bolar and I should be all he needs.
Uh-huh.
Orc chiefs should be strong and stand alone. They need no companions. Progeny is a poor excuse.
What are you doing out here?
We are on the hunt.
Oh, okay. Any luck so far?
Of course. We won't return empty-handed.
What are you looking for?
Meat from fresh kills. The scent of victory is on the wind.
Okay. Well, good luck with your hunt.
Yeah. It will be a good day. I can feel it in my gut.
Oh. Okay. I guess from one fellow hunter to another, he respects that sentiment. And having some familiarity with the superstitious nature of stronghold orcs anyway. Yeah. That's a big city. So one thing that had come across my thoughts recently, in the last couple days. Shit. Oh, no. I want your health properties. I was actually thinking of this at work the other day, and it was the thought that I liked how that mod, the alternate start mod, well, not alternate start, but you know what I mean, the alternate perspective of the opening scene for the game. I liked what they did with it because it gave a really good segue, a natural segue into the main quest without forcing it on you too much. Ooh. Giants. He's gonna stay far away. It gave me a lot of vibes, I guess, of the concept of what DMs would do, or GMs for that matter. If your players wanted to be in a spot... Oh. Okay, I've got a feeling. It's probably a very densely modded area. Ooh. Basically, if your group of players are in a place and they don't encounter the item or the group, the organization or guild you want them to interact with, you kind of just plop, you just take that item or guild and put it somewhere else where they're going to be next. The group, that is. Just because there is a certain level of autonomy that people have at the table, which should be there. I'm not a fan of railroading at all. So it was a refreshing look to see that the mod maker kind of had the same idea of like, hey, there's this dragon attack. We know you're a bystander, but guess what? We're going to just spawn you in as if it was meant to be.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Riverwood calls for the Jarl's aid.
Riverwood's in danger too? You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Okay. So I definitely like that element of the Helgen experience. We still experienced it, just not in the same way. And that was a nice, refreshing change. Because if you're anyone like me, you have played that intro so many times that to have a fresh perspective on it, even if it is just as simple as you are just a bystander to the whole event, as far as the prisoner cards go, that I really liked it. Just thought I'd kind of casually drop a little bit of GM knowledge and wisdom. My channel's namesake, after all. Whiterun discovered. Sorry, I was just taking a drink of water.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
How much of the Civil War am I going to hear about? Jeez.
Keep your nose clean while you're here, outside.
Like, this war is a big deal, apparently.
Battleborn, give me better give me 5 septims right now, or I'm gonna bloody your nose.
Oh, come on.
No, please. I really don't have any money, Brave.
Definitely what I like about the monarch butterflies.
10 septims tomorrow, baby.
You harvest one, you get 2 potions out of it.
Bloody your nose and your lip.
I don't know. I wanted the butterfly, not the lavender. Hi, cat. Where are you? Oh, sounded like you were right next to me. Can we pet you? Shift E. There we go. Hi.
I know your family's honor is important to you.
Sorry for the
but
bloody
we can't
hand.
afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den.
Bloody hand petting white cat. That's not a good combination.
Talos is the true star.
Wife and daughter to reclaim some rusted
Flesh
sword.
to rule the realm.
Huh.
One, maybe 2 good men.
Dragon's Reach. We have made it.
I only counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in times like these.
Oh.
If the news from Helgen is true, well, there's no telling what it means.
Should we take a bath before talking to the Jarl? We're adventurers. He'll understand. We're an adventurer. We're not plural.
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Oh. Alvor sent me. Riverwood is in danger.
As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
A dragon has destroyed Helgen.
You know about Helgen?
I was there.
Jarl will want to speak to you personally. Approach.
I'm no mere messenger. I'm a literal eyewitness of the whole thing.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Oh yes, it was no more than, what, 50 feet away from me? It destroyed Helgen. Last I saw, it was heading this way.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Thank you.
There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. He's probably puttering around in his lab, day and night. I'm not sure he ever sleeps. He can be a bit difficult. Mages, you know.
Yeah,
If
kind
you
of.
want to help, give him time. Come back in a few nights and go talk to him. I'll reward you. Safe journeys and good luck.
Thank you. So I don't know if that means that we can't talk to him now. You know, let's at least open a dialogue with him and see what he has to say. Actually, let me use your alchemy set real quick.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
Far from that, in fact. Let us do English, butterfly wing and blue mountain flowers. Oh, we don't have enough empty bottles. That's fine. Well, we're stocking up quite a bit on our health potions, which I like. I was told to talk to you at some point.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
Have you learned anything about the dragons? Do you need any help by any chance? I was told to talk to you about that.
Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
Oh, okay. What does this have to do with dragons, though?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar?
Yeah.
You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Anything you could tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there.
How do you know this stone tablet is in Bleak Falls Barrow, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
Uh-huh. Okay. Are you the only wizard in Whiterun?
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Yeah, of course. Not an issue.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task.
You must know a great deal about magic.
It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Wow, that first line was really forced by AI. You could really tell the difference. Anyway. Where can I learn more about magic?
A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold.
Oh, okay. Actually, on that note, what do you have for sale?
Take a look.
Well, blur. Enemies have a hard time hitting the caster, missing 50% of their physical attacks. Okay. I don't think we're going to do any bound things. Maybe a bound bow? Possibly? That would be interesting. Close wounds. Restores 40 health. Distraction. Nearby enemies will think they heard something at the targeted location. Oh. Crawl reduces the target's movement by 25% for 30 seconds. I think Uthastyr is kind of in the lookout for... See through the eyes of the target for 15, revealing resistances and thoughts. Oh, okay. Mind trick. Basically, Uthastyr needs a decent illusion spell. I mean, he has Calm, but he wants something kind of maybe like Muffle, Night Eye possibly. That would be useful, especially in the darker places. Warmth. Your warmth is increased by 25 for 120 seconds. You cannot be harmed by freezing water. Oh, that'd be nice. Technically, he's tricking his own mind. Oh, but that's alteration. That'd be more useful for him if he wanted, if it was illusion. Silence. Oh, right, they can't cast spells. Won't fight. Up to level 10. You know what? I think he'll go with... He wants something that he can grind, essentially. Night Eye seems the most useful, because he doesn't want exactly to be sneaking and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm surrounded by light, because I can't see anything. There's definitely a mod in here that has added a lot of interesting illusion spells. I think the only modded thing in here is... Oh, I guess the warmth is. But the rest are illusion, which is really nice. Blur could be super useful, though. Have a harder time hitting in melee. I'm trying to think of what's the most logical thing to, like, be better at, like... Would it be best to have a more defensive spell? Would it be best to see in the dark? Would it be better to do more of a distraction type thing? Or should he get insight so he has the idea of, like, the target he is acquiring? That's actually an interesting idea for the sense of, like, from a hunter's perspective, right? Because then you know what their weaknesses are in that sense. Like, if they have resistances, you know what to do to counter that. Okay, I've spent a bit too long on this. I think he's going to go with Blur. Yeah. Is there anything that Uthastyr can sell? No. Nothing worthwhile, anyway.
Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I, come to think of it.
Okay. What time is it, actually? Wow, 7 o'clock. I would think that part of what was going on in that whole menu time passing thing is Sovngarde was speaking with Uthastyr and kind of brainstorming of what would be best for him. And definitely the most universal one that seemed the most beneficial was Blur. Alright. We have our first actual quest. I mean, there's Rising Dead and all that kind of stuff. But as far as what seems the most... Yeah. Sovngarde Secret Fire, Jarl Balgruuf's court wizard, has asked me to retrieve a dragon stone from Bleak Falls Barrow. The stone tablet that he believes contains a map of ancient dragon burial sites. He hopes this will help him understand how and why dragons are returning to Tamriel. I think the path is clear. Our path has been made clear. We will continue on that path next time. I hope you enjoyed this session. And if you could you please share, comment, like, and subscribe? It would help out a ton. And yeah, I will see you next time at the table, and have a good day. Bye-bye.